Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McKola, and today Manchester United have beaten Paris Saint-Germain 2-1, and it was oh so comfortable. Now, yes, our goal did come on around the 85th, 86th minute of the game, and it was a late winner yet again in Paris for Manchester United. But today, I was so confident we were going to win. Throughout the game, I was so confident that we were going to win. And we delivered in the end. Now, there was part of me before Marcus Rashford scored that goal where I was writing down my statement for Martial FC on what the fuck happened for that own goal. Because the people needed to hear from Martial FC. We needed to make a statement if that was going to be the reason why we dropped points in Paris. But Marcus Rashford stepped up just when it looked like he was getting more frustrated and even more frustrated because he had done some stupid things in this game, Marcus Rashford. I love him to bits. Absolutely love him. I can't wait for him to be Prime Minister and this place to be what it's supposed to be. But Marcus Rashford today fucked up a couple of times. There was one time where he got through, he got greedy, went towards the goal when he should have passed it, missed up his footing, lost the ball. There was another moment in the second half where he tries to play a pass to Martial. It's an awful pass. He should have took it closer. We should have gone for the sweaty FIFA goal where he just passed the side ball and you got an open net. We didn't do it. He wasted that opportunity. And there was a number of opportunities that he wasted. There was a number of opportunities that Anthony Martial had wasted. And it seemed like we had this perfect team performance from the back to the midfield. But then when it got to the front three in Bruno, Rashford and Martial, it would just break down a little bit somewhere. A little bit of bad luck. A poor decision to shoot rather than pass. A poor decision to pass rather than shoot. And it would just break down there. But the performance itself was so good, so professional. And it was really good work from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Today we played with 3 centre-halves, 2 wing-backs. Alex Telles coming in. Is that David Beckham's foot he's got attached to his leg or something? Because I haven't seen someone whip a ball in like that so consistently since David Beckham. Like, seriously, we haven't had a corner beat the first man since 99 when Ollie scored at the Nou Camp. But we had corners that were just landing onto Scott McTominay's head every single time. It was good to see from Alex Telles and the delivery from open players. While it just wasn't just set pieces that he was good at. It was the delivery that he had from open play, and he showed today what he could really offer us. And it allows us that option now to play 3 centre-backs. Luke Shaw, I thought, was excellent. Apart from one occasion when he should have played a pass down the line and he just wasted it. I thought Luke Shaw was excellent today. Lindelof did really well. And what you've got to look at from Victor Lindelof today, he was the experienced head out there. He would have been the one that was talking to Axel, talking to Luke, maybe giving instructions to Telles and Wan-Bissaka as well. And I thought Victor Lindelof really did his job quietly well there. Axel Tuanzebe will get the headlines, and rightly so, because he pocketed Mbappe today. I told Mbappe last week on this channel, come outside, bruv. Told Neymar, come outside. Them lot best get back inside because they didn't want it at all today. They did not want it at all. Neymar and Mbappe got pocketed by Wan-Bissaka and Axel Tuanzebe. And it's so good to see Axel Tuanzebe performing. I was gutted when last season, he was supposed to play against Liverpool, gets injured in the warm-up. We hardly ever see him again. And today he comes back in after months, years out, and he plays like prime RIO. I was thinking, what am I seeing? Is that Axel Tuanzebe? If he can pick that up, I struggle to see how anyone gets ahead of him in the team. Seriously. Because bar his injuries, why shouldn't he play? Do you know what I mean? You could probably say the same for Eric Bailly as well, and fitness is a big part of football, as many would like to remind me. But if they stay fit, jeez, Axel Tuanzebe is the man. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has had baby mama drama for the last 24, 48 hours, yeah. Got side pieces all over the place, coming out, doing Instagram posts. And then what does he go and do? Grabs himself another bitch. Mbappe, Neymar, sit in my pocket, son. The guy was incredible today. With all that stress as well. All that stress. CSA on his case. Baby mama's on his case. Instagram DMs popping off. Twitter's making memes out of him. And today was the day where Aaron Wan-Bissaka could not afford to get rinsed or roasted or anything happening to him on that football pitch, because it would have been long for him. But he put in such a performance. 6 tackles from him today as well. He needs 6 tackles if he wants to deal with that amount of birds, to be honest. But 6 tackles he put in today. It was the most in the Champions League. The most in the Champions League match day today. So well done to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. My man of the match is between Wan-Bissaka, Axel Tuanzebe, and the fella that I'm going to talk about next, Pastor Fred. How can Pastor Fred be in that dressing room with Marcus Rashford, Pastor Fred, quoting the Bible, Marcus Rashford saving kids. And then we got all these scumbags running around slamming anything that moves. It's absolute mental. But the balance that we need in the dressing room, bit of yin, bit of yang, we've got that going. And we had the yin and yang in midfield today, McTominay and Fred. Look, I don't think McTominay played particularly amazingly well. But again, look at some of the players that he was coming up against at times today. You know, he got booked, and then he had Neymar and Mbappe running at him at times, because we know they don't stay in their positions. They like to move around. So I actually thought, in hindsight, Scott McTominay played well. During the game, I was particularly thinking, take him off. He's getting targeted, this, that, and the other. Maybe I would have changed him earlier. But when you think back, he's done well there. Do you know what I mean? He's got booked early and he's managed to stay in the game, getting his body around, making his blocks, making things happen. But Fred, what a performance from Fred. And this is what we need in this midfield. We played no Pogba, no Matic, no Van der Beek. And we've got that midfield performing at PSG. That depth. Imagine we had the depth that we have in midfield in every other position. We'd have the best team in the league. That's not because we've got such good depth there. And Fred today stepped up just when it looked like he was maybe one of those players that next summer, if we were to look for a DM, Fred would have to go. I think after a performance like that, Fred's time at United isn't in danger, do you know what I mean? And Ollie made the perfect decision. Bruno today, excellent again as a leader. Frustrating moments at times. He reminds me of a Ronaldo. Like, you know they're the best player or they're one of the best players on the pitch, but sometimes just pass it, bruv. Especially when we're playing PSG, we're trying to hold possession. There were times where you pass it rather than shoot. But is Bruno in it? He scored our goal, our first goal, from a retaken penalty, which Anthony Martial won. It was a good penalty to win. The keeper come off his line when he saved it. I thought the penalty was poor, but it looks poor when it gets saved. His penalty for the second taken one was identical. Balls are still to go the same way, and he obviously scored that. And I thought Bruno's performance wasn't amazing today, but he got a goal. Can you complain? Martial and Rashford, again, mixed performances from both of them. Martial wins you the penalty. He scores an own goal, but he had a few other moments in the game where if the final touch was just right, he beats the man and he's clean for on goal and probably scores. And there were moments where you saw the Martial that we know and love that scored 23 goals last season. And then there were other moments where he was frustrated. But we've also got to look at the fact that the last Premier League game he played, he got sent off, suspended. You know, I know he went away for the international break, but he hasn't played as much football as these other lads because of his suspension. So maybe that could be a part of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm making an excuse for him. But I thought today there were times where he could have been a little bit better. But then there was a time where he just needed a little bit more luck. Do you know what I mean? And we were playing a game where we were relying on defending and getting out there. Defending and getting out there. And Rashford the same. Sometimes you've got to pick the right pass, not get too greedy, not get carried away. But then when you end the game scoring a winner like that, if I stand here and complain about anything you've done today, I look like a dickhead. So thank you, Marcus Rashford. What a goal it was. What a finish it was. And that stadium is his. The Emirates is Jesse's. Yeah? The Emirates is Jesse's and that one is Rashford's. That's theirs now. You can keep it. But also, Ollie deserves huge credit today because I thought, okay, I think Steve was right in what he said in that. Maybe the subs didn't change the game, but they were the right subs to make and they played a big part in us going on and dominating the final 20 to 30 minutes. At Paris Saint-Germain or at PSG, you'd probably think in the last 30 minutes United would be holding on a little bit. But we weren't. We were the ones that were dominating the play. And maybe that's because PSG got the equaliser earlier. They weren't down. We weren't retreating. We weren't sitting back. Maybe that was Martial's plan. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that we weren't the team that was trying to hold on to a draw. We were the team that made the substitutes. Donny van der Beek comes on. Pogba comes on. Alex Telles goes off. He was amazing for his debut. And United moved to a team that dominated more of the possession, were creating more chances, and were then able to get that goal. So I think you have to give huge credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today. There's people that fap all night about fucking Thomas Tuchel, Nagelsmann, all these managers and that. Well, Ole just beat one of your boys again. He beats Pep a lot. He beats Chelsea. I was going to say Lamps, but there's not a lot to sing about. Best beat him on Saturday now. We beat Chelsea a lot. We beat fucking City. You know, we perform in these big games. And we've done it here again today. But we can't get carried away. because all it is 3 points in a group game at the end of the day. You're not through from the group yet. You're not, if you lose on a Saturday, your season still looks bad for the start that you've had. So we can't get complacent, but I think we can shock a few teams in the Champions League this season. And I think this result could play a big part in us feeling that confidence again and moving on into that Chelsea game where we could make a few changes, still have a strong team, and still slap up Frank's Chelsea. Can't wait for that one. But well done to the boys today. Well done to Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe and Fred. Man of the match goes to one of them. You can pick it out in the comments below. But make sure you're keeping it liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Fan cams coming your way. Loads more coming your way. Go check out the watch along as well. It was carnage. And Ollie is back at the wheel. Let's go.